Hello everyone, it's Ghostface here, and welcome to another episode of Screaming with Ghostface. Before we get into tonight's episode, I'd like to thank the sponsor, PlayPal's Toy Company. They're having a huge sale on Chucky dolls, and you get an extra 10% off if you use the code GhostfaceRules. Now, Chucky dolls are the perfect present for any niece or nephew or some little kid that you hate, because those dolls will come alive and they will try and kill them. So, perfect present for any little shit out there. Now, last week I spoke about the importance of sharpening your knives, because trying to kill someone with a blunt weapon is not only harder and tougher, but it's practically impossible. But if you manage to pull it off, if you manage to kill your victim with a blunt knife, well, then you're one strong motherfucker. Because let me tell you something, I personally have not yet pulled that off. Because, well, to be fair, haven't been to the gym in a while. Because I got really tempted to just, kill someone if they're like looking at me because I'm lifting wrong or something. It's a bit, I don't really like it. It's uncomfortable for me. So, yeah. Anyway, on tonight's episode, we'll be talking about what happens when your victim gets away, or you're trying to kill them and you don't, because it can be soul crushing, And when it happens, you get all these thoughts in your head and you think, well, maybe I'm not good enough to be a killer, Maybe I should be an accountant, not a murderer. And those are the thoughts you don't want to have. For me, when I was starting off, some of my victims were getting away very quickly. I'd trip and they'd just get away, and then it's like, well, how did they run that fast? I just tripped for like a second, how they already gone, And I had all these negative thoughts in my head, and I realized, no, I made one mistake. We're all entitled to make mistakes. Failures happen, and we have to learn from them. So the next time I went out and tried to kill someone, I took deep breaths, I was calm. I was remembering, you're not a failure. You're not a piece of shit. Women do like you. And I just kept thinking those, and I was able to kill the person I was after. And it was so empowering, just to realize, overcome those negative thoughts. And, it just goes to show that, no matter how much times you fail, you can succeed, You can do better. So don't let any of your failures define who you are. Be a murderer, and be a good one, like I know you can. Sorry about that. Now, I would also like to talk about something that's a bit controversial, and that's, wearing a mask. Sometimes I get a lot of comments saying, Ghostface, how do you even see in that thing? How do you breathe? How are you gonna chase someone for miles and then you lose your breath very quickly because you can't breathe in the mask? And look, the mask is optional. You don't have to wear a mask. For me, it empowers me to be the killer I'm meant to be. And it's great. It's good. This is who I am. This mask is Ghostface. When you see this mask, what do you think? Do you think Michael Myers? Because actually it'd be a compliment if you did, but you probably won't. So you think Ghostface. That's Ghostface. But you don't have to wear a mask. Because if you're killing your victims, it's not like they're going to identify you if they're dead, What a silly thing that would be. That's ridiculous, idiots. It's ridiculous. They're not going to, even if you don't wear a mask, as long as they're dead and you're doing your job as a killer, they're not going to come back to life and be like, oh, it was them. Like what? What? God. Stupid. But yeah, look, the mask is optional. You don't have to wear one. And if you do want to wear one, find one that really speaks to you, you know? When you look at it, you realize, that's me. That's what I want my victims to see before their deaths. And yeah, I just wanted to go over that topic because I keep getting hate comments about it, and it's really annoying. Now, I think we've all had this happen when you're about to kill someone, and then another killer shows up. And you're like, hey, you're stealing my kill. You know, I know I was in this house first. You just happen to be here as well, but you know, it's my kill. And what I find works best is if you can't talk it out, you know, if you can't decide who gets the kill, or if none of you want to share the kill, you fight to the death. When you fight that killer, and once you kill the killer, you can then kill the victim if they haven't already run away and gone to the police. Okay, well, then maybe it's best if you just share, you know, because these fights between killers can last forever, you know. Sometimes you see two killers fight, and then, you know, it doesn't get the ending. The fight, you know, doesn't end the way you want it to end, and then, you know, like 2-3 years later, you still haven't had the conclusion, and you're just like, where's the conclusion? You know, where's the continuation of that fight, you know? Yeah, well, maybe sometimes the fight just isn't gonna happen again. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you for listening to tonight's episode. If you want to see the full episode with uncut, uncensored, not like this is fucking censored, but it is fucking cut. So, you know, fuck you. Yeah. So if you want to see the uncut version of it, you know, just go to the link below and subscribe to my Patreon account. You know, I post pretty much all the uncut episodes there, including some bonus Q&As, live streams, and even when I go undercover as cops of the families of the victims that I kill. What? That wasn't English, was it? Let me rephrase that. When I go undercover as a cop, and I speak to the families of the victims that I killed, because the reaction on their faces is funny sometimes, especially when I revealed that it was actually me, and then I kill them too. That's kind of fucked up, isn't it? Wow. But you know what? This was the lifestyle I chose. So so I'm just gonna have to to live with that. So yeah. But yeah, thank you again for listening. If you have any thoughts on this episode, please comment below. Please like the video. And remember, this has been Screaming with Ghostface.